This channel is for people like me, and when you're like me, then you're trying to improve. You're trying to get better, trying to be more intentional with your time. You're trying to get things done, okay? And so when you start working on stuff, when you start having passions and you start working on that, time becomes very valuable. And what you realize is that you're still improving, and so you're not really at the finish line yet, and so people are going to not see the value in your improvements yet. People aren't going to value your time as much just yet. And so they're going to continue to ask you to do stuff. This is especially true for your friends, especially if you had, some kind of degenerate type of friends. They just play video games and do drugs and stuff like that all the time and go to parties and shit. People that aren't actually improving and being productive. They're just kind of coasting by and just doing whatever. These type of people will still view you as that type of person. They'll still think that you're one of them. And so they're going to keep asking you to do, hey, you want to go out to this party? Hey, we got a little function going on. Hey, we got a couple little shorties pulling up. Come slide through. They go continue to ask you to do stuff. And you, as a person that's trying to grow, but if you're like me, then you probably didn't have a crazy social life. You probably didn't have like a million girls or whatever. Like, you don't have a lot of girls. You probably don't have a million friends and shit. And so it's like you feel a little bit of pressure to go because you might not get an opportunity to go out very much. This was especially true for me back in the day, especially in high school and stuff. Like, especially when I got a car and everything and I was able to go places, people would ask me to do stuff. And I would always go because I had just gotten a car and I hadn't been to a lot of hangouts and parties and shit like that before that point. And so whenever I was offered an opportunity to go, I always went because I was like, yeah, like, let's go. Like, I'm excited. Like, I wanted to go and I wanted to see what it was like. I wanted to be a part of the cool crowd. I wanted people to see me out with other people and like doing it on a Friday night or whatever, let's say, you know what I'm saying? Like just little shit like that. But it never actually did anything for me. It never actually got me anything that I really wanted because I'm not really a party person, to be honest. I don't like being in a big room of sweaty ass people breathing all heavy and shit on me, especially in like a house party situation where it's like a condensed space. I never really enjoyed that. Anytime I ever actually went to that, I never enjoyed it. It was just me being there, standing against a wall, trying to act cool or some shit. I didn't actually have fun. It didn't actually do anything for me. Even the social validation stuff, it still didn't even get me that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't get me the growth that I want, just in general as a person. You want to grow and you want to achieve more and evolve. But if you're not going to do that, if you're going to go to a party in order to get some validation or just have some fun, and you're not getting that either. And so when you do stuff that you didn't want to do in order to get a certain outcome, and then you don't even get the outcome, then it's really gonna mess with your mental, especially when you're on your path of growing and maybe you don't have as much backing to your confidence and to your self-esteem and stuff. And so any little thing can mess it up. You know what I'm saying? So doing stuff like that, especially again and again and again, stacking it up, is gonna diminish your self-esteem, because when you do stuff that you didn't want to do, that already is gonna take a little hit to your self-esteem because you're not living authentically. You're not doing the thing that you wanted to do in the first place. So if you're gonna do it, at least you should get the outcome that you want. And if you don't even get the outcome, that makes it even worse because you just still did the thing you didn't want to do. You weren't being authentic and you didn't get anything from it. It was just wasted energy on your part, and that never feels good because you could have used that time to be reading a book. You could have used that time to be working on your business, stuff like that. You could have been working out in that time. There's always something better that you could be doing. And I'm not saying that you should never go out, never have fun or anything. But what I'm saying is that don't do it unless you really want to. In my case, it would be maybe a couple friends, maybe a friend or two, and we go out to, some little restaurant and we just chop it up real quick. Or we just go, play basketball, play some sports or something like that. That's my alley. I'm not a big party person, okay? So if I'm doing a party or something like that, that's not something that I wanted to do. So if you're gonna do something with other people, if you're gonna go out and have fun or whatever, you should be doing something that you would want to do anyway. You're not doing something that other people wanted to do just to be seen with them or just to be cool, just to not cause any disturbance, to the group or whatever, just to not lose your friends or something like that. You shouldn't be going for any of those reasons, because that was some of the reasons I went. I went because I wanted people to see me out. I wanted to take like pictures and shit. I wanted pictures for my Instagram and shit. I never took the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like just little shit. And so my advice is not to just say no to everything, but it's to know what you want to do and what you don't want to do, and to actually say no to it when someone offers you to come do it. And this is especially true when you set that time aside to do something productive. Like if you said, I'm gonna work out at 8 p.m. or I'm gonna work on my business at 8 p.m. I'm gonna make this YouTube video 8 p.m. If you say you're gonna do that, and then at 7:45 and your homeboy calls you up, hey yo, I'm gonna come scoop you, bro. Let's go to this little spot, bro. We got hella shawties pulling up. We got bottles, we got everything, bro. Like, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get that, bro, if you get that call, you gotta say, hell no, bro. I gotta work. And you can't have a fear of missing out or anything either. You have to make boundaries and then stay within them. That's how you earn self-respect, because when you start declining things and actually doing the thing that you said you're gonna do and that you set out to do, that is how you build your self-confidence and build your self-respect, because you're following through on the thing that you said you were going to do. If you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it because someone else came in and offered you something else, then you're going to subconsciously not value your own word as much. Think about that. You're going to value other people's word more than you, because you're going to have a track record of doing things that other people want to do over the thing that you wanted to do and that you needed to do. So you have to prove to yourself that your word and your promises matter to yourself. You have to prove that to yourself. And this is a bonus tip, but this goes for your parents too. If you're a young guy, because this channel is for young guys. A lot of you guys have parents that tell you to do certain things. You have to do certain chores, or you have to come do this. And a lot of parents don't respect their children's time. Let's just be honest about that. A lot of parents just tell you to do something and they want you to do it right now. Doesn't matter what you're doing. They just want you to drop everything and just go do it. Parents do this all the time. My parents did this. So what you're gonna have to do is go to your parents and say, look, between this time and this time, it would really be helpful if you could just give me a little bit of peace and quiet so I can work on my business or my schoolwork or my YouTube or whatever. Like, you could say stuff like that. And they might not agree to it initially. They might not respect it initially. But once you show that you're serious about it, once you actually are in that time when you said you were going to be and actually working on the thing, once you start doing that over time, it'll start to be more respected. And if you keep consistently saying that and asking that respectfully and nicely, then eventually they'll come around. And another thing that you're probably gonna have to do is do some more chores around the house. You're gonna have to earn that time. You know, if they see you being responsible, taking care of your chores, taking care of your schoolwork and stuff, then they'll be much more likely to give you that time if you ask for it, right? Rather than you're flunking in school, your room looks dirty as shit, the house is dirty, and they keep asking you to do shit and you don't do it, and you're acting out in class, then you're not going to get any respect or any time. But if you're adding value to your household and you're cleaning up and you're helping with certain stuff, then they'll be much more likely and much more happy to give you that time, because you've earned it, you'll deserve it. And so that is a big factor, because a lot of guys, your parents will just tell you to do some shit, and a lot of times you're just gonna have to do it, but you can work around it. A lot of parents just want the best for you in general. And so if you're really trying to improve, if you're genuinely trying to improve, not just trying to act like you're trying to improve, but if you really are in this space and you really want to improve your life and are trying to get better and learn some skills and stuff like that, then they're going to be very proud of you for doing that, and they'll adhere to your wishes most likely. Of course, not every parent is like this. Someone's going to comment, my parents don't let me do this shit. It doesn't matter what I do. Okay, you're going to have to find some other way. Like, you know what I'm saying? My point is to just try it, at least. A lot of times you're going to have to bite the bullet and just look your parents in the eye, look your father in the eye, your mom in the eye, and say, look, I need some time to do this. This is something that I'm very passionate about, something that I'm very serious about. If you say it confidently and respectfully, then they'll likely at least hear you out, right? Bare minimum. And if you keep doing it, they're probably gonna concede at some point. And so the final message is, do not fear missing out, and do not immediately do things that you don't want to do, especially if it comes in between you and your work. So yeah, and that last point, I'm not saying to disrespect your parents or anything like that. Do not just blatantly disobey your parents. But what I'm saying is that you might have to push back a little bit and at least shift the thing that you're asking you to do to a different time. Maybe do it earlier, maybe do it a different day, and say, look, I need some time to do this, and then I'll do that later, or I already did that, now can I have some time to do this? I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you learned something, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.